man. That is Shane Eagle. Listen, music all the way. Welcome, people, to the Black Kings Frequency. This is the one and only Camlish.
The one and only HR, the messenger.
Yeah, and we have a guest in the house today.
I feel Rasta, man.
God damn.
Yes, sir.
You know what's worse than, not worse, what's best than double dreadlocks? Triple.
Come on.
God damn.
Some triple entendre.
Huh. I say nothing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the light-skinned people in the room. Shout out to Intro Nicks. Yeah, out there dreadlocked on their back only.
Know the vibe.
23 Lakers on that red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JOBY to the production. Yeah, we might be a few minutes late, but we here. You know, we African with this. That's how I got crucified, by the way, after the show.
Who is African?
Who is African? Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you once again to the Black Hole Fire Network, the media of the 21st century, where we bring you the best, the most nuanced topics and conversations in the world for black people.
Yeah.
This is the shit y'all don't want to talk about, and today we'll be talking about polygamy. Polygamy.
Is polygamy viable?
Yeah?
To the modern man.
But before we get there, we want the triple entendre in the house to introduce himself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Now you good.
You good? You good?
Sauti, my
Energy.
Niaze.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naitwa Hezeki.
Okay.
Yeah. Naitwa Eric Mutu.
Okay.
But I go by Hezeki. Really creative. Yeah.
Creative in what way?
Nafanya visual arts.
Yeah.
Media.
Yeah.
Entertainment. I'm becoming one.
Yo, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's what we like to hear, and that's why we're bringing you the best, the most nuanced topics, and the best guests anywhere.
You know the vibes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Mr. Alo in the house.
Yes, Bana. We're here. I'm in the nuanced seat today.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel me? Nothing but nuanced views from here.
So, let's start with you. Do you think polygamy is viable?
For the modern man?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Why not?
Because it's the modern man. Who is in modern society?
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's viable, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's the only saving grace for modern relationships.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because at the end of the day, what's the ratio? 1 is to what?
Many.
9.
1 is
So-
to 9.
Yeah. Men to women, the ratio is 1 is to 9. So for you to become faithful and monogamous, you have cast 8 women into singlehood for the rest of their lives. That's why you need at least 3 wives, 2 baby mamas, and a side chick. Just to stay, like, now you can leave 2 for the world to deal with. But if you do not, come on, people. Polygamy is the only way forward. What do you think, man?
What do you think, my G?
Ni time. Ni time watu waanze kuembrace such a concept.
Okay.
I don't think modern man pia anafaa kuwa held up na ati kuwa na one wife ama kitu kama hiyo. I think free up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So modern man anafaa kuwa na wife ngapi?
As
Is
many
there a
as
number?
you can handle.
I like that.
As many as you can
As many as
afford.
you can handle.
Afford.
Yeah.
Ni bili yako tuseme.
Sindio? Hapo so uko na ngapi?
Mimi niko na moja tu kwa sasa hivi.
Hapo ndo unaweza handle.
Kwa sasa hivi naweza handle moja.
So my brother is only humble because he hasn't hit the lake. Should he hit the lake? N is the number. 9 is the number.
So as per the internet, it says in modern day polygamy is not as much disputed as in the past. In the beginning, females refused to share their partners, but with time they accepted it.
In the past, where exactly? The West?
Of course. Yeah.
Because our past is different.
As when co-wives share their domestic chores and other responsibilities of the family, they become less possessive with time.
Interesting.
You get, and I feel like we've been sold this attitude of selfishness.
Okay.
Okay, like, and possessiveness. Like, this is my man. Okay, this is my girl.
Oh my.
You get,
Yeah.
and it's something that has been sold by feminism. You get, because in African societies,
Yeah.
man, you were allowed to marry as many cows as you want.
Of course. Wait, what?
Women.
Views expressed
We
on that side of the table do not represent the
We-
Black on Fire imprint. They're personal.
no, listen.
We are all subject to our opinions. Is what I'm trying to say.
You were allowed to exchange as many cows.
Okay.
So you were allowed to give out 20 cows for one woman.
So if you had more cows, you could get more women.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So wealth was a very determining factor. And if you look at the Islam or the
Culture.
Middle East culture,
Yeah.
it's polygamy is wealth related.
Yeah.
Can you actually, and the law is, all your wives should live on the same standard.
Yeah.
You want another one, build a house as good as the first one, or as I don't care how many you have, maybe 4 or 5. You get what I mean? But the law is, make them all live the same way. Do not make them jealous. And that's a very big factor, because you see, modern society has demonized multiple partners
Yeah.
to a point where now we have to lie about having chicks on the side.
That's true. That's true.
Get what I mean? And that's how we get wild oats.
That's true.
Because now we are out here, you know,
I
as
feel
kids
you, I
says,
feel you, I feel
we
you.
out here row the boat.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Lakini ilifika ni point gani ilikuwa foreign concept to tuseme sisi Africans juu si ni something that ilikuwa
Colonialism.
our
Colonialism, my guy.
eh,
You see?
Christianity.
yeah.
And then they told our grandfathers that, hey, why do you have so many wives? You shouldn't. And the reason why these people in their culture didn't have many wives was because they had too many diseases between themselves. We didn't. There was no gonorrhea, no AIDS, no syphilis. We didn't fuck sheep. Shout out to the Irish. We didn't, you know what I mean?
Shout out.
Yeah, for them and their ways. What is there's this delicacy that is made from sheep's stomach. What is it called? Huh? No. It's a whole thing. It's Irish or Scottish, something. Just
Oh, no.
pale people.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Light skin in the house, shout the name, please.
So. So, I forget, but basically it's sheep's stomach stuffed with shit. Not shit, literally, just other things you don't want to eat. And
So shit.
is it hummus? No, it's not hummus.
It couldn't be hummus.
It's not hummus. It's just some else. I'll remember the name and then I'll state it. But
Okay.
basically, they had so many lifestyle diseases that they couldn't, or it was a very bad idea for them to have multiple partners. So they encouraged monogamy to try and curb the sexually transmitted diseases. But they couldn't. Fun fact, in the 1700s, syphilis and sexually transmitted diseases were so common in England,
In England, especially.
okay, that it was weird for you not to have it. Everybody had it.
You would be unique.
You'd be very unique if you didn't have an STD.
You'd be a unicorn. Yeah.
And that's one of the parameters that led to them and monogamy becoming a thing.
And the invention of discovery of penicillin.
Because you know how bad sexually transmitted diseases are. Like, you'll be walking and your dick falls off. Yeah, like gonorrhea will cut off your wiener very fast. Your penis
Come on.
will be
Outside.
unattachable. Kwa USB.
Oh, no.
Doo-doo. device connected. But you get it. Well, if you want it back, put a USB port in it.
But I get you. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So if you're not in modern times, cows now the
Huh?
cows are now the
Huh?
currencies and the
Oh.
businesses.
Oh.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
I'm not going where you're going.
Hey!
No.
Hey!
No.
People.
Cows is now today's currency. You know, the shilling, the
Yeah.
dollar, the real estate, the property, the assets,
Mhm.
the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, does that mean
Mhm.
that if you aren't of a certain status, monetary wise, you shouldn't be thinking about polygamy? And should you attain that status, should you now think about polygamy? Since you said wealth is a factor.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Mm.
There is no monogamous wealthy man ever.
Mhm.
They have never existed in society.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Wealth is synonymous with multiple women.
Yeah.
It's actually weird if you're wealthy and you have one woman. Okay?
Speaking of one woman,
Speaking of one woman, this is the Black King's frequency.
yeah, we have one woman.
And we have one woman
Uh,
who's been late to the show.
Yeah, yeah.
She was supposed to be here,
Yeah.
but she's an African timer.
You know the vibe.
So we want to welcome her to the Black King's frequency. We had to start the show without her since she was late.
Yep.
She was the reason why we started this show late.
I am honored.
Welcome, Joby.
I am honored.
We-
Kindly,
we
Director
appreciate-
Talks do the thing
Mhm.
for us. Set us the camera kindly.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No matter how late you are.
I was the one who actually brought this topic. If you are not aware,
No, you see,
Shout out to me.
we appreciate the text that you sent us while you were on your way to
Ilifika.
Ilifika.
yeah.
We are here now. But yeah, polygamy,
Yeah.
to answer you, is a rich man's game.
Of course.
Because women are not cheap.
Mm.
That is something that you should understand. Every man, every young man out there, you should understand this.
Yeah.
Polygamy is not cheap. Look at Atoli.
Mm.
Do you think Atoli is cheap?
Franco.
One time. Mr. Purple. No.
Mr. Anna.
That is purple, right? The color he wears.
Yeah.
You know
very,
how-
very pimp wise.
Do you know at some point in history that color was only reserved for royals?
For the royals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's called royal something. Royal purple or something.
Mm.
Yeah, because only rich people could afford to wear purple.
Mhm.
Shout out to Atoli.
That's how to Franco.
But I tend to disagree with you. Polygamous is not only meant for rich people. There are those who actually are polygamous and they have like 4 wives.
And they're
And
all
they're poor.
suffering.
Yeah.
Listen,
And there's no generation.
I-
You say it's
He
supposed
had
to
another
create
question.
wealth.
There was a question I was
But there's
supposed
no
to
wealth.
answer.
Mm.
Yes, it's a rich man's game.
Mm.
But number two,
Mm.
it's an honest man's game.
Mm. True.
Okay?
Mm.
To have multiple women, yes, you need some finances behind you.
Mhm.
But you need to be a very honest human being. And you actually need to be very masculine with your energy.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Because you can't be out here having all that female energy
Mm.
and still be weak.
Mm.
What's up, Njugush? So,
It sounded very personal to me.
no, Australia.
Yeah.
So, the land down under. So,
Yeah.
to be able to execute, as you say, you need to be a very honest human being.
Of course, of course.
And that is my first answer to your first question.
Mhm.
Honesty is the key. Because if you ain't, you ain't.
You're just a cheater.
You're just a cheater.
Yeah.
And that's a very embarrassing thing.
Yeah.
And I like what Joby said, that you don't have to be wealthy.
Mm.
But polygamy is only fun if you're wealthy.
Mm. Otherwise,
Who wants to be in a hut with 4 women who are complaining all the time?
But now, I want to ask, now from our gender,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking for potential co-wives. How viable is that in modern society? Because today's topic is Is it viable for the modern man?
First of all,
modern society.
As a man, don't look for your co-wife.
Mm.
That's your wife's duty.
Mm.
You should just let her know that you want another one.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Joby,
in
Joby.
today's society.
Yep.
Joby has something to say.
In
Say it.
today's society,
Yep.
I'm the one to look for the second wife to
Your
bring.
co-wife.
No, I'm not co-wifing. You want me to look for the second wife to bring to you? It's way even better if you come approach me, tell me, and talk to me. Tell me, hey, by the way, nimepata mtu mwingine, and I feel like I can manage 2 people. Are you comfortable with it? Rather than me going looking for a woman nikulete. As a woman, I can. Hakuna mwanamke anaweza. There is nobody in today's society. There is no woman.
Speaking for the women. Speaking for
Oh
the women.
please.
Yeah, you're speaking for the women.
I'm not speaking for the not all of them. Maybe kuna all of them. Maybe that those who can. But I know majority of. Talk about Gen Z.
Let me ask.
Talk about
In modern
independent. Talk about I don't need a man. You
In
won't
modern
mwambia
society,
nini
Joby.
hata akiwa na mmoja sasa.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Let me ask you this. Somebody comes to you
Uh-huh.
and tells you, I like you and I want you. Not the booty warrior.
Oh, man.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And he tells you, like, let's do this. I'm a wifey. You're the first one. But I want to be polygamous. Do you know why you should never go out looking for the second one? Because the start of it is a very secretive affair. Because you won't come to her and you found your second one today, you're just in the talking phase, and you tell her, you know, I'm talking to this chick. You need to verify. And then number 2, you need your second wife to be compatible with your first one. Because women's nature, you know,
Yeah.
friction is their nature. So you need her to be comfortable with the number 2.
Yeah.
And the number 2 needs to realize she's the number 2. But not how they're treated, but how the hierarchy in the home applies. Because when, as per African society, and I feel like we should modernize our traditions. As per African society, the first wife was in charge of the homestead.
Of course.
Personally, my main question
Is
on this topic was, is it okay you having multiple women, polygamy, baby mamas in bracket,
no. Baby mamas are a whole different thing. We're talking about wives.
wives?
Wives means, as per us as Africans, I know your father. Your father knows me.
Okay.
I can pull up to your home and a chicken is slaughtered. Okay? A goat is slaughtered because I am here. That is a wife. Okay? Just going out there and breeding women doesn't make that woman a wife.
Okay. So don't you think that's what I'm saying, in today's society it is so hard, because personally I'm a victim of being in a polygamous family. My dad has like, I'd say 3 wives, had 3 wives. My mom was the first wife, then there was the second one, then there was the third one. But are they all of them in the same compound? No, because if you talk about polygamy
That's not polygamy. That's cheating.
In the ancient times, in the
It was
our
the same
grandparents,
homestead.
it was on the same homestead. Children growing the same. There is no like uni mtoto wa nani, like creating that hate between children and the stepmoms or maybe the dad. So for me it was different. It's made us actually create grief between like
The siblings.
siblings, and also like the stepmoms too. Like you this one, you told this one is not like this one is not like this, and the contribution is the father, the polygamer. You get so.
She just called him the polygamer.
Polygamer.
Huh? Hey.
But aside from that, he also had now a side chick, and apparently she ended up getting pregnant. So tourism count like the 4th wife, because there is no goat, there was no introduction, there was nothing.
Then that wasn't polygamy.
And I feel like
But he had 3. At first he married my mom, then they
divorced.
Divorced, not even divorcing because it
Left.
was not like left. Second wife left, then third.
That's not polygamy.
That's not polygamy.
That's not
That's a
polygamy.
cheater.
That's a man with multiple
Women.
families and
Yeah.
women.
You just
Listen,
broke my heart.
Polygamy is a very simple
Shouts out to
concept.
your dad, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out here trying to educate these young men on how to live with multiple women. But listen. That is not polygamy. As I say, he was a cheater with his spots all over him. Okay? That's no there's no polygamy there. Nada, zero, zilch. Okay? First of all, the fact that he made them women fight, that's a weak man.
Or even like the first wife had to leave, or he had to
Yeah.
leave so that he could.
That's a weak man right there.
So, is it viable?
Mhm.
Me and mwanaume, I live in an apartment,
No.
and
No.
I have my wife here.
Mhm.
Then I go take another apartment. I have my other wife there, and
How
then
do they
another.
relate?
They don't, because it's modern time.
You're cheating. That is
No,
not polygamy.
but they know. But they know.
What do they know?
They know niko na ile familia
Uh-huh.
na niko na ile familia ingine.
Do they know each other?
In spite, through spite.
Then that's not polygamy.
So how does polygamy?
Polygamy
Let's
is-
not even talk about the Francis Atoli. Let's bring it
To
up
our
the
generation.
middle class and our generation.
Right?
You feel me?
No,
How
number
does polygamy? How is it like? How does it translate in today's time?
In my opinion, in today's time, polygamy translates, first of all, with honesty. That's where it starts from.
Of course.
And number 2, let them all know each other. Number 3, never live with any of them in modern times. Have your house and they all have, let's say, a month with you, weeks, whatever. But they all know about each other. They all bring their kids together and their kids play because they're your kids. And you're able to cater for each one as you cater for the rest. You get what I mean? No lies, no favoritism, and a very open space.
That would work.
Apo sawa, our guest today, what do you say, man? What do you think about this?
Nadhani relations ndio kila kitu. Yeah, getting the families to wajuane ile they get to know their family, like the whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it encourage the spirit. Yeah.
So utafanya hivyo?
Siwezi.
Huwezi.
Azi.
Asimedhani una support polygamy.
Lakini labda sasa tuseme
Ama ya
mimi
kuja
naweza
kuficha.
chill na wao kila msee
Keja yake ama keja moja bigi.
kija moja bigi.
Utanyongo
Kila mtu
kilala
wake,
ji.
I actually like that idea. The best
Kila
way
mtu
to
ako
execute
area.
polygamy is to buy land. Let's say like 30 acres. Let's assume you have 3 wives or 4. Kila moja eka 5. Okay? And then the rest 15 acres is for you. That's where you build yours and you build theirs over there. And they farm and till the land. It doesn't have to be with hands and whatever, but polygamy in modern society is only viable for rich people.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
If you want
Because there is no, it's not really considered in the general populace promiscuity if the man is wealthy. It's almost expected.
that's a female. That's
No, I'm saying if you're a rich man,
yeah. Females,
like females, it's almost expected that you have multiple women.
and they'll actually
And it's okay.
they'll even accuse you of having other women when you don't, just because you're wealthy.
Yeah, but then to them it's okay.
It's okay.
But now if you're a poor man,
It's not. The audacity in this man. How dare you in your poverty?
Yeah.
But
Time.
it's like a man with a small penis cheating on his wife.
Oh man.
How do you show your deficiencies to other women? You're embarrassing me.
Hey, yo.
Oh man, that man is wearing dresses now. Anyway, shout out to Embarambamba.
The grind is constant.
I swear, man, there is something in the waters of Kisii. There is something wrong. I swear, those rivers have. Kuna mchawi aliroga kisi yote and died. Can't reverse his own.
So sorry.
But anyway.
Shouts out to all my kisses.
So to define polygamy is the practice of marrying multiple spouses. When a man is married to more than one wife at the same time, sociology calls this polygamy. When a woman is married to more than one man, it's called polyandry.
Polyandry, yeah.
So as we talk about
I
polygamy,
wanted to take it there. I wanted to take it there.
as we talk about polygamy,
Yeah.
in today's modern society,
It's happening.
we have polyandry being practiced chini ya maji.
Joby, what do you think about polyandry? You have your
Would you-
own house, and you have husband 1, husband 2, and boyfriend 3.
I can't.
Hmm?
I can't.
And they all know each other and coexist.
I must say I can't.
Mm.
Being honest, I can't.
And they all get together and talk about last night.
What I know, I'm too selfish.
See, that's
It
the
is mine.
best example of being.
Oh, you
I
have
can
3
share.
now.
You have
You have
Nah.
3 to be selfish with.
Yeah.
Nah.
They're all yours.
They're all yours.
And they're
want
loyal
one.
to you.
I want one.
They call you mama.
I want one.
Huh?
I mean, how do you even, as you 3 men, mnasikia? Ebu imagine.
Siniki brother.
3 men.
Siniki bro.
But Joey, don't you see how that applies in
Mnafeel
modern
una
society?
feel tu mko sawa, like huwa natoka wewe unatoka unaishia unataka naishia mko tu sawa, like you just feel comfortable. By the way, but then I'd love to understand now from your perspective.
And they give
Yes.
notes.
From your
They give
perspective.
notes. Like, oh, yo, I was with Joby last night.
So in
So
this
today,
position,
today just,
be gentle.
be gentle.
Yeah, I
Damn.
wasn't. I wasn't. My bad. It was my turn to be gentle, but my bad. I was too eager,
Yeah.
and
Because my turn was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
I was
ago,
eager.
I was thirsty.
Yeah.
I needed.
Like, do even men even talk about, like, you even talk about even
It happens. It's
sex,
happening right
like-
now. No, polyandry is happening right now.
It is happening, but I want to get now before I get. I've said no. From your own
Shout
perspective,
out to Betty Charlo.
you find a woman who's capable of having you and other 2 men. Would you agree?
Only if it's Millicent Omanga.
So that's a yes.
No,
That's
only
no.
if.
That's a big no. No.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, I
Listen,
thought so.
Joby, let me tell you why modern society polyandry has actually. They just want a pretty chick to say, yo, let them John. You see me with that chick yesterday?
I was outside.
Yo, you see how fine she is? God damn. Yeah.
That's me.
I don't care where she is next week. I had her last week. Yeah.
And that's why you get this sentiment such as unajua demu wako ukiona yeye.
Akienda
Akienda zako.
ni wa society. And that is a thing.
Yeah.
Where men nowadays will say she's only yours if she's with you.
She's advice.
So
If
it's
she-
you putting that notion.
No,
in your
no,
mind.
it's the feminism in society producing weak men that do not value themselves. You get what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But you see, fun fact, women are very good at sharing,
Yeah.
if you're honest about
And
it.
women
Like,
can,
if
and
you're
women,
honest about it, and like
then-
you said, if there is equality.
Yeah, and this is one thing where the modern boy/man
Mm-hmm.
messes up.
Mm-hmm.
We think that your gender cannot handle the truth,
Yeah.
you know. But they're very capable. If that's what you're trying to offer, just be honest. Like, yo, me, I want you, but I also want her.
Yeah. Can we,
Besides
have,
her, I also want that other person.
can we have this three-way tomorrow?
Inaweza iwezi.
Tomorrow, do we test her skills? You get what I mean? But what do you feel are some of the reasons of polygamy?
The reasons for.
Polygamy.
The reasons for.
Why do people go for polygamy?
In a positive or negative way.
Well,
Go off.
it is, it's a very unpopular opinion. But our gender is wired, you know,
Yeah.
to just.
It's not it's true.
I'm saying unpopular, you know. Again, the nuanced couch. You feel me? It's a very unpopular opinion, but it's almost in our DNA
Mm-hmm.
to want to possess and, you know, unataka gari moja, unataka gari ingine, unataka nyumba moja, unataka same way you also want, you know, a myriad of women around you, you know, to call yours.
Harem.
Yeah, exactly.
Harem of women.
Harem of women.
Yeah.
So I think first and foremost that would be like the basics of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just now from there now, individually you see where you stand. Do you wanna go that route?
Yeah.
Or do you wanna stick to one woman? Or are you in the middle where you wanna stick to one woman and then you're also
Nyam-nyamming on the side.
Nyamaji, you know? Yeah.
What do you think, my guy? What are some of the reasons people are getting into polygamy nowadays? Why is Atoli took a news anchor, newscaster in his 60s, put his name on her and made her call herself by his last name on air, built her mansion in Naro, and told her, okay, and okay, you go there, sit there, I will see you when I see you. Hey.
But pia naweza
Volume, my guy. Volume.
Yeah.
kunaweza kuwa na definitely one wife anaweza satisfy like the love in a man's heart.
Okay.
Tuseme tu like a man una feel
For life.
moja tu ni
Enough.
ni enough. I think tu ni ina come back to like you the man. Unataka nini?
What do you want for yourself?
No, me, you're confusing me, my G. You're confusing me. Uko side gani?
Monogamy,
1 minute
polygamy.
you're me, I do this. The next minute, I feel one woman. No.
Choose the poison.
Yeah.
Okay, kama unaona one anaweza satisfy. Okay, if one is not enough, basi inaweza kuwa ni kuna ile stuff yenye unaweza kuna search for love that's never really feel. So una try mwingine na mwingine na mwingine.
And that's a you problem.
But
not you what you know, I'm saying someone who's doing that. Yeah, that's like something deep within.
That's messed up though. Joby, what do you think are some of the reasons why people are polygamous nowadays?
Personally, I'd say
Usherati.
I'll start with the positive side. I'll start with the positive side.
Yeah.
Well, I believe if you're in the capability of taking care of 2 women, then you go ahead.
Rescue
and
them.
Go ahead.
Rescue
and
them.
So long as like you said, it comes with respect too. And honesty. Respect and honesty. Because there's just no way you'll go pick up a random person, then you're like, hey, I just decided I want to have a second wife. You never sat down, spoke to me, asked me if I'm comfortable, and us running through this. And maybe I think these are also things what we discuss at the beginning of relationships. At some point, so you come in as does it just happen randomly, or you know that you're gonna marry this amount of women? Does it just happen?
It shouldn't just happen.
It's a plan.
You should know what you're getting yourself in.
It's a plan. I believe it's something like you have been planning. You knew that if this is my amount of wealth, I love to have this amount of women, and this amount of women should give me this amount of children, and it should come secondly now with the generational wealth. Maybe you want to, supply your wealth to your children. Utaki kuachia mtu mmoja. You want it multiplied and it's bearing fruit continuously, like leaving a legacy behind. I'd say so.
That's a good point.
Leaving a legacy behind. The third point is again, I think if your spouse is comfortable, that is just the draw line. The first and the least, if she's comfortable. The negative side of it is, I think, why do men polygamy? Wengine tu ni ulevi. I've seen this. There are men who just don't know what they want. One, they don't even have a plan of it. These are just, I think I've seen drunk men
flow with it.
in a society who have multiple babies outside, even without having to wife this woman. They go bearing children. Out of carelessness. Okay. So I think one, carelessness. You not having a plan, you don't know what you want. Then secondly, I don't know if not you being satisfied conjugally, if also can lead to that. Conjugal rights, can it lead to polygamy?
I don't think that should be like a base of it. But
Yup.
if it is, no.
Shout out to you if it is.
That's you.
That's you.
Because what are you doing with,
Yeah, I think
Someone
those are the
who's
two
not-
sides of the coins I have on it. That the men just don't know what they want.
Okay.
Yeah, the men
Come
just don't know
Kamlesh.
what they want.
So, for me, number one is stability.
Stability, not sense.
Now, if you can pull resources together, you can create a better base. Like, let's assume you find number one. She has these skills, these resources available to her, and she's open to polygamy. And then you get another one that complements the first one in skills and resources, and a third one that complements the first two. And then you are able to actually give them direction, how to channel these resources for the betterment of all of you as a family. It creates a very stable starting ground for a large, successful family. You get? But at the end of the day, religious and societal norms differ.
Of course.
You get?
Yeah.
But safety as well, number two. You get? This girl wants to feel safe. She doesn't want to feel, because you'll find that women, want a man in the house. They don't want to come home, it's just them. They have to lock the door at 7 p.m., do this, do that, just to feel safe. Have a very big butt,
They would rather.
be married, have a man
Even
who-
though.
even though.
Yeah.
You get? And number three is companionship.
Okay.
Because damn, women hate being alone. Damn. Have you ever seen a 35-year-old single woman? Childless. Childless at 35.
Career.
Oof. That is the most bitter human being you'll ever see. Why? She lacks companionship. Women crave companionship, security, to feel wanted. That's actually some, in my perspective, that's one of the laying blocks of women. Modern, ancient, whatever. They just
Let
want
me
to
ask
feel
you
wanted.
this.
Yeah.
Now, taking you from speaking to the man's perspective,
Yeah.
now as you, as Kamlesh,
Yeah.
where do you stand
On
as is?
polygamy.
Are you monogamous? Are you polygamous? Are you a cheater with all the sports?
I'm African. That's what I am.
What does that mean?
That means I'm monogamous till I'm wealthy enough.
You're polygamous in waiting.
Exactly. Okay.
So how many should you become wealthy? How many wives are we looking?
It depends with my pockets. How deep are they? Because at the end of the day, it's about diversification of the genetic makeup of Kamlesh. Okay? I want.
So there's no end to it.
What do you mean end? What is an end? The beautiful
Finishing.
ones are not yet born. I'm waiting for
Oh
them.
my goodness.
Okay? What do you mean end?
That gave very creepy vibes, right?
No, I'm not saying I'm a get them one. Yo, you've seen so what? To put light on something that is required in society right now. There's this movie about sex trafficking that has been released. It's even what? Man, what the world is messed up, my guy.
Of course, man.
They're sex trafficking 6-year-old girls. Okay? 6 years old. And every major distributor of film refused to give this film any limelight. Netflix,
course.
everybody.
Of course, they know
Why? Because the people they give a limelight to are the ones doing this. Okay?
Yeah.
What have you Weinstein? The other one with the island.
Yeah.
We had the Prince of England mentioned They go there, fuck 10-year-old girls. A
And
grown
boys.
man that
And
is,
boys.
and young boys.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Catholic priests. And the one that died the other day in a lodging. We see that you all are improving. You all prefer women now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
We acknowledge all
Let
sorts
the-
of improvements.
Let the kids go.
Let the kids go.
Let the kids go.
Let the young boys go.
Yeah. Let the altar boy be an altar boy.
Man,
Full stop.
because I've seen something today. Even I don't know if you are familiar with Dele Alli. So Dele Alli came out and said he's been struggling for a minute.
With?
Psychological mentor.
Oh, okay.
He was molested by his mom's friend when he was 6. His mom was an alcoholic.
That does something to you.
He started selling drugs at 8. Then he says when he was 11, he was held by his ankle over a bridge by a grown-ass man trying to get money from his drug selling.
What?
So he's been struggling for a minute. Because if you like, and I can finally relate how this man fell off.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
He was so talented,
He had so much potential.
and he fell off, my guy. And he's been saying like he's been struggling for the last few months. He's been in rehab because he was addicted to sleeping pills. You get? And these are some of the reasons why you see these young boys that grow up in single parent homes that are raised by their moms. This is why we need polygamy back in modern society.
You know, speaking of modern society,
Yeah.
again, we're putting life in the nuanced couch.
Okay.
You know, statistics show that the most upright men right now, in terms of behavior and character, most of them are raised by single women.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I deny that. Wherever you got those statistics, go whoop the ass. Number one.
I feel like it's true.
No, it is not.
It is, my
Nah, listen, statistics, pure. The highest number of incarcerations of men are from single parent homes by their mothers. Okay? The largest number of pedophiles are raised by single parent homes. And this is men, not both sexes. Okay? It is actually, as per statistics, you have a better chance of turning out okay if you're raised by your father. Being raised by your father has the same effect as being in a stable home that has 2 parents. Check out those statistics. Even in America, I saw this. Most black men in prison are a result of feministic actions in masculine situations. Okay? We meet in the streets, right? I don't like you. We start looking at each other funny. Right?
Nigga moment.
Nigga moments.
Yeah.
And I don't have the nuance or the understanding of myself as a man to go like, I don't need this. To understand that the world for men has consequences. Because your father teaches you consequences by punishment. You get what I mean? You understand that the more you fuck around, the more you find out. But here you are, raised by your mother. Now you're in the streets with your blue rag, and you see some guy with a red rag somewhere. And you don't even know this man.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's never done nothing to you.
But it's up.
But it's up. Why? Because you're acting from a very feminine point of view.
Even forgetting the main reason why those colors
Exist.
represent what they represent.
Exactly. But you see, women don't reason out things. Women act and then suffer. They don't even suffer. The consequences are, and if you've ever been in a relationship, how many of you have ever apologized to your woman for her fucking up? She does some dumb, but who's apologizing? You, like, hey baby, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I reacted the way I did to what you did.
Yeah.
Now, just so that you can get peace back into that relationship.
Yeah.
Because women operate in fantasy land. Now, what happens when you put a man in fantasy land?
He's gone.
Prison,
He's lost.
death,
He's lost.
crack.
He's lost.
He's lost.
For the sake of the argument, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
A son brought up by a single mother versus a son brought up by a single dad.
Oh. The single mother, that's on a pussy, it's a simp and everything. I'm gonna give you that. You'd rather have a dad who's not even nuanced, who's not even, but is present. Just masculine energy around you as a developing young man. Rather than to have your mother. First of all, understand this. From a certain age, your mother sees you and sees your father. All your father's mistakes become yours. And now she treats you like your father.
Yeah.
With all this, the spite, all the negativity and all that. Now you come home, you're 17, looking like your young father. The one that impregnated your mother. Your mother looks at you and goes like, what you doing in my house, nigga?
Yeah.
Move out.
Yeah.
And now you're home like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Man, I just got here. You get?
Just arrived.
I just arrived. I came here I'm home, man.
I just got here.
here.
Yeah.
What did I do to you?
Yeah.
Now she's pushed her negative energy towards your father into you. Now you go out there and you see another young man. And now you have all this negative energy within. Negative feminine energy within you. What do? Now you done whooped some boy.
Come on.
Now he paralyzed.
Come on.
Now you're doing 25 to life.
Come on. Because you a real nigga.
Because you a real nigga.
Man.
Because you had to man up in the streets. You had to be like, you had to be hard. But if you're raised by your father, trust me, you will be home by 5:30.
What do you think about this? Boys raised by single moms.
Mi nimereziwa na a single mom. So naweza sema from mi kivyangu mimi sioni like hiyo perspective.
Okay.
Character yangu ni kitu nimedevelop. Ni mwenyewe nimeji.
How did you do that?
Nimeangalia my version of a stable family. Through watch to my friends, society, nikaboro too.
You watched men. You watched men being men to learn how to be a man. Yeah. You might have been raised. You see, not every man.
Ukosho umemaliza hiyo point. Ndio kamle sana kusukuma hapa.
Endelea.
But tuseme ni behavior, character, naweza sema iko set.
How did being, if you don't mind me asking, how did being raised by just your mom shape who you are today? Positively and negatively.
Okay, kwanza kuna one thing nimekuja kujua juzi. Yeye pia ni babe. Sasa hizi emotions zote by the way unasema anakuangalia na spite fulani
emotions.
In as much as unaweza ona ni offensive, unaweza kuwa angry, pia una learn to understand that the emotions nini. So you kind of take charge. You kind of take charge.
But you know that's not your role, right?
Lakini so that's the only option. So you have to. You have to. But pia ni see the best of things. Like I think too, as a family, regardless of mzaya kama ayuko, kunafaa tu kuwa na some stability. Sana than sijui ni parents if they need to learn or venye vitu zinaweza change, like usiniangalie na spite ya my father.
You're not your father. Interesting.
Nipatie like just time to be a human being and just look at me. Alafu mimi develop.
Man, I like that. You see why men need dreadlocks in life? Okay?
To answer now.
Until.
Yes.
they won't understand that.
Yes.
Okay, but let me tell you truth, and I feel like you've also seen this. Not every man is as mentally developed as you are.
Mm-hmm.
As you are.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them just take their mother's negativity and run with it.
Yep.
And I have friends who grew up in single mother homes. These niggas bitch like their mother.
There you go.
It's true. Have you ever had an argument with a man that doesn't know how to argue like a man? Yeah. Some I don't do. I'll never ask you, yo, you remember that time you did?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Remember that time you said?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Real shy.
What you mean?
I get you.
You get? And those are some of the subtle things that, because imagine if you hadn't developed yourself the way you have, my guy.
Oh man.
What would you pass along?
I think that needs a whole show in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of this,
Yeah.
polygamy is the best bet to create socially aware men in the modern day age. Because baby mamas are everywhere.
Yeah, it's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic.
Yeah.
And these women feel abandoned by society. They feel abandoned by the male gender.
Well, it's also holds some truth. Kamlesh gets that chick pregnant and bounces. Kamlesh has that luxury of like eloping, while she's stuck with. While
So-
she's, stuck with
The baby.
the act, the result of the act.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'll put it like this.
Yeah.
I'll put it like this.
Yeah.
Why would I bounce? This is a result of weak men. Like this entire
Of course.
you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
this
I
entire
get you.
baby mama pandemic
Get
is
you.
a
But we
result
can't
of weak
just
men. And why are
we
these
can't just draw it to weak men who are raised by. We also have
weak men that were raised by their fathers?
by both. Yeah,
I understand
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I understand that.
It's an honorable mention. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you see what I'm saying is
Mhm.
how do we cut this trend? How do we save more
Yeah.
than we lose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because you can't have 100% success rate.
Of course,
You cannot.
it's not realistic.
But if we hit 70%,
We're doing something.
we're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that 1 is to 9, that's a fact.
Yeah.
It remains that there will be women that will need men, but you have a woman.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Get what I mean? And if you do not step up after doing harder thing, because your dad did what you wanna do, what do you condone? What are you promoting?
Yeah.
So
What do you stand for?
I feel like in modern society, what we need is for society to embrace polygamy, especially in Africa, us being one of actually the youngest population of humans anywhere. We have to embrace polygamy because we have so many women that might fall into the Western trap.
Yeah, but that starts from the men, the boys. That transition from boys to men. You feel me?
When does it occur?
When does it occur?
Yeah.
See that transition, boys to men. That's where we fuck up.
Yeah, when does that transition occur? At what age?
I think it's relative.
No.
I think it is.
Puberty, my guy.
Yeah, but puberty is a range. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
For some, it will happen on the later stages of puberty. For
that's why I
others-
say puberty, not a specific age.
That's what
I thought you were on the nuanced couch.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, that man that lost it.
Yeah, that transition,
Mhm.
I think is where we mess up, regardless of whether, because we don't choose our situations.
Yeah.
So whether you found yourself in a single parent home, or you found yourself with both parents, or just your dad, or you found yourself as an orphan, I think that transition is where we mess up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I feel polygamy needs strong men, and not strong in physical sense, or you know, it needs level-headed men. It needs. I'm not even talking about.
You should actually define that. What is a strong man?
A strong man is a man living in his truth, unafraid of external factors. Living in his truth, level-headed, in touch with his manliness and his emotions as well.
Yeah.
Because what now we have to learn that our forefathers did not need to, is now the emotional intelligence and the quotient.
I feel like they had it.
Not
in this.
Yeah, not in this capacity.
Yeah.
Because you know, women were suppressed back then.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
It depends.
No, I mean, women are still suppressed today, but I mean, women are more empowered today that a woman can live her own life. She couldn't do that like half a century ago.
But don't you feel like that is the result, that action of not all forms of modern empowerment are actually empowerment?
Of course, but now I'm saying it's already happened.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying in today's time, for you to be a strong man, your emotional quotient also needs to be high.
Very
so
high.
that you understand the modern woman and where she's coming from.
Yeah.
As opposed to you looking at a woman and being like, "We nyanya zetu hawaku." Now you're like, okay. You
no.
You know.
So
that's what I mean, man.
Onto the comments real quick. Keith says, I will never want a polygamous relationship. Too many women at one time will get on my damn nerves. Too many tasks to do for all of them equally. That's true. That's why it's a decision. Like, you have to make that decision to actually be there and do this. Okay? And I feel like if you do that effectively enough, it takes care of itself. Because you only have to take care of them to a certain degree before it becomes an automatic thing where the society you create, because that's a society right there. That family will take care of that family. Like I was checking out Jordan Peterson the other day, and he was saying, once you have 2 kids, you're already fucked. Go for more. You're already fucked. And the more kids you have, the less work you have with your kids. They create a society where they take care of each other. They become their own ecosystem, where the youngest will not come to you, but will go to their elder sibling. The elder siblings will protect their younger siblings. You get? So I feel like at some point, you only need to do a whole lot once it starts. The groundwork. You gotta do it. And he goes on to say it will be exhausting. The reason for polygamy was to create a kingdom for yourself, for power and profit, to have a bunch of children, to create a strong army of children to dominate. That was the reason. That was one of the reasons, key. Not the reason. Yeah, you need a powerful family. Because what is happening in today's society? Kenyatas have everything everywhere. You even see them in the UK. And they light skin. They don't look like the Uhunye we know. Kumbe they are appointees. You get? So what did the old man do? Polygamist. Of course. Even I nearly he goes on to say, back in ancient African society back in ancient African society, to build a strong nation quickly, not for sex or love, but for power and wealth. What about modern society, Key? We're talking about modern society.
Modern man, modern times.
Modern times, Key. Talk to us about modern times. Is it viable?
And if so, how? And if not, how?
And Jibba Jabba goes on to say, Kamlesh, that's funny. I just stepped on my girlfriend's glasses. I apologized to have peace, but she was the dum-dum that left them on the floor. I know, right? Like, why put your glasses on the floor? Why blame me now when your glasses is done for? Okay, don't blame me. And he goes on to say, strong men don't rely on excuses. Sure, there are difficulties, but he will focus on overcoming.
Yes, that's a strong man.
That's a strong man.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? You do not need to go like, oh, This because this, you know, there's something my dad taught me. Never give me an excuse. Own up to it and do it.
And do it.
Yeah, my dad hates excuses. Like, just tell me I didn't do it, I'ma do it.
Yeah.
You get own up to it. Did you do what I'd asked you to do? No. Why? A, B, C, D. Okay. Will you do it? Yes. Yes or no. Simple things. You know, but if you start, you know, I felt like excuses, my guy, excuses. Yeah. And those are some of the reasons why you see modern society, men are unable to break the glass ceiling of society to go to the next level.
Yeah.
You want to make a 10 million, but the procrastination in you will never allow you to.
That's crazy, man. But shouts out to Jibba Jabba and Keith in the building.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And with this is the most nuanced female, one of the most nuanced females that has ever given opinions on this show.
Okay.
Jerry Carroll says, until men actively take up the role of actually and intentionally being present in the upbringing of their children, male and female, polygamy is not about to change nothing. That's true though. But also, let me ask you this, Jerry, what do you mean actively take up the role?
Deadbeat, like the mama.
I think accountability.
The mother raises the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, when we were talking about puberty, I always tell people this, and it's something I've noticed.
Yeah.
Between the ages of 0 to 7, the mother has the biggest influence on kids.
That's true.
Doesn't matter boy or girl. They no broken voice. They all act like their mother. Okay. Yeah. But then puberty hits.
What?
No, listen.
Wait,
puberty.
real statement, just for me. You said from 0 to 7.
7. All kids identify more with their mothers.
Oh, more. Okay.
Okay.
I thought it just meant exclusively.
No.
Okay.
They'll be like,
Yeah,
they'll even want to hang out with their mom more.
Yeah, I get you.
They want to go get fries, not Nyamogad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there's the separation that is supposed to happen at puberty.
At a certain age, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in society, it's been gotten rid of. We no longer have the separation where boys spend more time with their dads. And that is why you see this creation, this cycle of weak men creating weak men. That is why we are going through these tough times of what? Weak political leaders, weak families, men that want to show how strong they are out there. Okay, men that are so eager to get into fights to understand their height, prove that they are men. Okay, men that you get just toxic masculinity.
Emotional men.
Yeah. Oh man, that is something.
Emotional men.
Emotional men are the scourge of the world. Never be. Logic is your friend. You see, like how Jibba Jabba applied good logic.
If you didn't leave them here, I wouldn't have stepped on them.
Logic.
Because the
flow is where I step on.
Yeah.
But with her emotional state, she's pissed.
But yeah, I think what she's trying to say, I could be wrong, she could, out there, but like that now transition where also the man plays the role in parenting and bringing up the child. Because now personally, I feel it was wholesome for its time. Back in the day when the dad would only relate to the kids at the end of the day, the hunt. Like, say hi to me and then go. You're with your mom. And then when you reach a certain age, you now join us. We teach you how to hunt, values, and whatnot. But now I think it's been lost. And now that's the place I'm trying to find. Polygamy in modern society, where does that fit in?
It fits in like this. You see, at puberty, what we need to teach these young men
Yeah.
is how, first of all, to handle the emotions. Okay.
And money.
Money,
Yeah.
relationships,
Yeah.
women.
Mm.
You get how to also associate with other men. And that's where polygamy used to come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
These young men from their same father will fight as kids till they learn how to respect each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'd learn how to associate with men before you even become a man.
True. True.
But in modern society,
And society is weak men, deadbeats,
deadbeats and
emotional
weak men. And this is where we need, and I feel like polygamy needs to be given even subsidies.
Hey, that man, that man asked for support.
Government needs to issue polygamy subsidies.
That's how to told you.
Okay. Because we are creating actual men
Oh man.
that can be able to handle the pressures
Yeah.
of the modern world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what happens, because it's a global village, right?
Yeah.
You're there. Shout out to the producer. You're there
Yeah.
in New York,
Yeah.
unable to handle your emotions. You meet some empowered woman. Now look at you. She saying some shit. You done raised your hand.
Yeah.
Now you got 15. You know what I mean?
Why? She provoked
She
me.
provoked me.
She was in my face.
Do not get into your emotions as a man. That is some place you should be a foreigner to. You should actually know. You should understand your emotions.
Yeah. Don't avoid them.
Not to avoid them,
Yeah.
but don't dwell there.
Yeah.
Okay? Understand what you're going through, what you're feeling.
And why
Apply
you feel
logic, and then apply logic to your emotions.
Yeah.
Once you do that, the world becomes Walai, I done seen your bullshit, and I'm out. Deuce.
Going 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to involve myself in all this negativity for me to feel manly.
Yeah.
You see all these men nowadays that are out here trying to, underage. Man, that's a big trigger for me personally. For me, god damn. And that is weak men. Weak men.
You and me both.
Society needs to bring back polygamy in the strongest way possible to rescue society. Polygamy is the only answer to the rescue of modern African society.
You agree?
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
Interesting.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if we actually do, if we look at it like this, let's take the negatives that our grandfathers had instilled into polygamy out of it.
Yes.
Do we have positives left?
Yes.
Can we add more onto those positives? Now, can we live together harmoniously as a family?
Yeah.
Because jealousy is I feel like it's a very, I'm not going to say modern, but a very Western thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man.
It's
I think it's viable, man. I think it's viable.
You get, it's a very Western thing. Why? Because they did things behind people's backs. The Western world has always been backbiters.
Yeah. Shout out General Mosquito in the building.
Man.
You feel me?
And Njeri goes on to say, as far as raising strong men is concerned, men considering themselves as providers and women as the caregivers, hence the responsibility being left to the woman. That's why men take pride of their children's achievements.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
You have to be there, people. You do, man.
Don't just provide.
What do you...
Quality time.
Quality time.
Lessons.
You see, I'm always out
Like
here
me,
doing-
my fondest memories of like me and my dad is like opening the hood up. You know, carburetor.
Ini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spark plug.
Yeah.
It does this.
It does this and that.
And in hindsight, that might not be, I didn't end up to be a mechanic.
Yeah.
But you know.
You
it's
remember that
still
and you go
some-
like,
Yeah, it instills, and should a car break down, you know, but it instills something in me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he taught you something
Fixing.
from him.
Yeah, and fixing a problem.
A problem. He
Identify.
instilled it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But most of these boys don't even want to hang out with their dads. You know why?
Mm.
You know why? Their moms is in their head.
Yeah. And some of the dads are weak as well, you know.
Because their moms are in their head.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
As in, basically, it's a whole chain of a whole reactionary chain of women in men's brains. I swear to you.
Uh-huh. Get out.
Your father is weak
Get out of there.
because his mother was in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandfather is weak. Your great grandmother lived in his head rent free.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's thinking, have I made my mother proud?
Hey.
Something I never asked myself
Mm.
is if I've made anybody proud.
Mm.
I never do. Have I made myself
Have
proud?
you made yourself proud? Is all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah. And General Mosquito says, hey guys, how's everyone doing today? Everybody's great. Amma, how you doing? Yeah?
Chilling,
You see,
chilling.
the General, you see these? You need to grow some. Keith goes on to say, Kamlesh is crazy, polygamy. Kamlesh is crazy. Polygamy is the only answer for African society. LOL. They only did it in rare cases. It was never the norm. Keith, I'ma correct you real fast. It was actually the norm. Only poor men in Africa had one wife. And there were no poor men in Africa. That is something people don't understand. Africa had no poverty. You were circumcised, you were given land, and you started tilling land.
All there was just hierarchy.
It was hierarchy,
Yeah.
no poverty. People could provide for themselves, and then
And things were communal as well.
communal.
Yeah.
If I want to go marry,
On a capitalism.
it was my father to pay the dowry, not me. I shall pay my son's dowry. You understand?
Yeah.
But until the white man came in, told us, why you like this? Why you like that? Then poverty starts creeping in. Because they dilute, they corrode the values we held dear to us.
Yeah.
The polygamistic, the polygamy system that we had in place,
Yeah.
that took care of society,
Yeah.
that ensured that you couldn't even go out there and harm so and so because you're related in a certain way.
Yeah.
That is why we had clans, to make sure you do not even marry within your clan. You had to marry outside your clan because your entire clan is your relative. And that is how I understand what he's saying about building armies and whatever in a strong family.
Of
It was
course.
true.
Yeah, it happened. It was happening.
What happens nowadays? People have wealth. Wealth has been replaced by what? By the monogamist. Okay, I won't say replaced, but people hoard wealth, get one wife, and then kids, and then pass the wealth along. That is the new clan. The new clan is nuclear.
It's the nuclear family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when was the last time you saw your cousins?
Hey, yo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shouts out to my cousins. My cousin came for my show though. Shouts out. Shouts out.
But you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get you though. I get you.
Polygamy. Polygamy is the only way we rescue African society right now. But it needs to be healthy,
Healthy polygamy.
positive,
By strong men.
by strong men.
modern man.
And that is why we need the few modern strong men to marry as many women as they can. As many.
How many kids do you want?
I don't know. Why put a cap?
Hey, yo. How many kids do you want?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Put a couple 6.
6.
That's what's up.
Good man. Good man. How many
That's
kids
what's
do
up.
you want?
I'm not sure.
So you're the end of you.
I'm not sure.
No, you see, that's what you say. You want to be the end of you.
Human life is so, it's inevitable though. No one can live forever.
You can't.
No, you can't.
You actually
No,
you
you do not give me that example that you say here about what's that motherfucker's name?
what name?
What's his name?
Say it.
I missed out.
Peterson.
No,
Which one?
this whole treacherous villain, Wakitambo. What's his name?
Which one?
From I think Mongolia or something.
Ah.
What's his name?
That one.
That
I digress.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, no, him, that man still lives. No, it's true. Like literally, in Asia,
Yeah.
so out of every 10 human beings, 4 or 5, Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
So,
yes.
out of every 4 or 5 people in Asia, no, out of 10, 5 people in Asia have the
That's
genetic
what you
makeup
want.
of Genghis Khan.
You want the genetic makeup of Kamlesh. Shouts out to Kamlesh, man. Shouts
Okay.
out, shouts
But
out.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
immortality is achieved through your kids. Yes, you will die, but the values you
It's not
instill.
guaranteed though. We have men with like 15 kids.
Yeah.
You know, and
No, but genetically, he still lives. They
But-
came
but-
from
but-
his
but
nuts.
what's the point though?
The point
What's
is
the why?
the why
Yeah.
to instill values, okay, and to ensure that you continue.
Why though? Why? Is what I'm trying to know.
Because you want to continue, you want your lineage, you want your genetic makeup
That's the
to
what.
exist.
Yeah.
No, not the what, it's the why. Why? You want your genetic makeup to exist for as long as possible.
Why though?
Immortality, that is the only way we attain immortality, my guy. Because every human being wants to live forever. But we can't.
We can't.
The only way we beat it is by having kids. And if you're actually nuanced enough and you give them your values, now they live as per your values.
That is a topic for another day.
Yeah?
We don't need to unpack all that. What are the people saying though?
Jibba Jabba says the problem is as I see it, laying down and having a baby with a bum man or a bum woman. Choose better co-parent for the success of the child. Co-parenting is not something I'll ever condone, my friend. Okay, yeah, you can co-parent, but if possible, polygamy. If possible, yeah, you can.
Co-parenting works though.
To what extent?
When it's done right.
To what extent?
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't have, But I'm saying, who did we have here last time?
Yes, Misati.
Misati is co-parenting.
Shout out to Neville.
Shouts out to Neville.
Listen,
Yeah.
very successful. But this is a unicorn case.
Then look, that's what Jibba Jabba is saying. Look for your unicorn. Don't be out here sleeping with no bum ass chicks. And don't be a bum ass nigga.
How do you create those bums? How are those bums created? Monogamy. So, Jibba Jabba says, one at a time, that's enough for me. Less stress. Yeah, I understand Jibba Jabba. You see, they're dealing with Western women.
Oof. That's a whole other pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Kid goes on to say, of
Love
course,
y'all, man. Be strong.
be strong out there. We understand what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Out Philadelphia.
We see part of it online. And
Oh. What is this? What is this? And then Keith goes on to say, of course, most African men didn't suffer from poverty. That's true, but it was still not the norm all over Africa. The farther you go back in time. Keith, I want you to read this title of today's topic again. Modern. Is polygamy still viable for the modern man?
Well, he said his opinion as he doesn't.
I get it.
It's not for him.
I get it.
Yeah.
But at the core of it, yes, ancient Africa, we lived in communities more.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And the only way this community could survive, imagine if we have a community of 150 people. And then 50 people decide I'm not getting kids. Or we 30 women do not get married in that community.
Yeah.
That means we produce less kids. We had to for the sake of the survival of the community. And why they call you leftover women.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Damn.
It's crazy. You're shunned upon.
Ban.
Yeah.
And then General Mosquito goes on to say, Kamlesh, you want to turn me into Bob Marley. Exactly. Yo, General, exactly. Welcome to the to accept polygamy. Never. It goes against Jesus. Who gives a fuck about Jesus, Keith? Shit. Shit.
Demore does.
For now.
Just that to Demore.
To Demore.
Yeah.
But you see, Keith, that's why we're working so hard to get this Christian notion out of people's minds. Because this is a colonizer's mindset. You get what I mean? I have never, like, the other day I was almost cursed by somebody. Because I told him I don't understand how you still go to church, man. And it was it's like an elder of mine. And I tried to have this conversation with this human being. And
he wasn't getting it.
The barrier is strong. The barrier is strong. But tell us, people, from where you're at, anywhere in the world, is polygamy viable for the community you live in?
In today's time.
In today's time.
Yeah.
Because at the end of it, all these bitter women you see is because they're single and unwanted. They feel uncared for. They feel like, you know, I wish I...
Say that again, they feel like what? Yeah. So, I asked a question.
Yeah.
And you answered me as you identify as monogamous right now until you're wealthy. So, polygamous in waiting.
Yes.
And then, where do you stand?
Miniko for polygamy, but by then I feel if there's any way your situation inaweza change, pia external factors inaweza change. If society inaweza like progress to tuseme tu vitu zikuwe rahisi, tuseme
Kama, what do you mean vitu zikuwe rahisi?
The reason he had to maintain polygamy ni juu ina take a lot, tuseme sahi, you know, society
Financially, psychologically,
mostly financially. If there was a way vitu zinaweza kuwa like minimized,
so vitu zikifunguka for you, you will go for polygamy. Yeah. I love that.
So what are some of the problems that people face in polygamy? What about you? Before we go there, are you monogamous or polygamous?
I am unconventionally monogamous.
What do you mean?
Unconventional monogamy is, well, we all know what monogamy is. Unconventional is, should me and this person decide, you know, we're trying to expand.
A plus one.
Yeah. It's acceptable.
A throughput.
Yeah. Come on. You feel me? But some of the problems.
Yes.
Well, besides the psychological,
the jealous
trauma that these kids grow up in.
My daddy didn't love me like he loved you.
Yeah. You know, I think that's one of them. I think if it's unhealthily done, I think it, especially in today's time, it causes a lot of scarring in men, especially, and women as well, and how they relate to men when they grow older. You know.
Yeah. What do you feel? What are some of the problems that are in polygamy? Yeah. What are some of the problems that actually make people root for monogamy that they face in polygamy? Yeah.
I would say relations.
Conjugal.
Tuseme tu venye watu wana interact. Kwa hiyo element ya community unaweza feel insecure because you don't know nita happen. Aujui feelings za kila mtu ka mko like on the same agenda. So if there was a way to like get a unity yenye kila mtu anaelewana, inaweza kuwa favorable.
So as per my notes here, they say jealousy, number 1.
Of course.
Poor marital satisfaction, number 2. Unhealthy competition, lack of trust, and mental health problems.
That's where I started. You feel me?
So I want to talk about this poor marital satisfaction point.
How does that occur? Because one would assume, from the selfish point of view of the man, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or
can you handle it?
Is it for the I get you. It's now the other way around.
Can you satisfy them?
Man.
Or are you a 2-minute man?
Man.
Huh? Do you empty yourself,
Hop in and hop out.
hop in and hop out?
Yeah. And then now you have 6 more.
You get what I mean?
Hey, yo.
I was reading this book, yeah?
Yeah.
And it was talking about African societies before colonization. And apparently, men would ask for whichever wife they want to spend time with. Like, number 4.
So it was biased,
No. They keep fairness. Everything was fair.
Okay.
But every night, his house was occupied by a different wife. But they'd all cook together, eat together, but they'd serve him his food in his hut. They'd all eat outside the compound. And then everybody would go to their mother's house. And the one to spend the night with the man will be the one to take him his dinner.
Okay.
And she will not come back. She will come back in the morning, take him his breakfast, and go do her chores. And I feel like that kept everybody on the same level.
But isn't favoritism potentially there? Like, hey, you spend a crazy night with number 4. Then the next day with number 6, and she wasn't really herself. You're like, instead of going to number 2, let me see what number 4 is trying to. Yeah.
You know what?
It's that thing number 4 does with her mouth. You know? Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
It's been 3 days without number 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And biology took care of that. And this is fun fact. As women get older, they're less interested in sex. That's why you see older men cheating a lot. Because women at a certain age, hey, we're fucking this month or next month. You get? She likes the companionship more than the sex.
Yeah, but see, the same breath that gives Cabrayo Pali.
But that's why in society back then, what would happen was your wife will even be consulted on the wife you marry, on the new wife you're bringing. She'd even be part of the dowry payment. She'd go with you in certain communities. In other communities, you stole one at the river. Yeah, your wife didn't even know. Uni wangu. And she had to be okay with it. But I feel like that eliminated jealousy. Okay? Because is it the Somalis or is it the Ethiopians? Where for the first year, a new wife will never do chores. For the first year, it was the rest of the wives to take care of. She was the new one. How, you know? And that's what they do. And I feel like they'd do that. It would help them bond because these girls would be married really young. okay, 15, 16. They teach her how to handle you, how to do what, and that fraternity of, is it a fraternity? That community of women, okay, that yeah, would indoctrinate your new wife into the harem for you. It was never your job. Your job was to be the silverback. Because even in animal kingdoms, the silverback has how many wives?
A bunch.
Everything in nature has multiple sexual partners, even flowers. Each bee comes in with its own stinger.
Sting.
You get what I mean? Look everything. Not only human beings are monogamous. And I keep saying this, only human beings do not reach for their highest potential. Out of all the creatures that exist on this planet, trees will grow to the highest they can. Animals will be as big as they can. They'll mate as much as they can. But human beings limit themselves. And that's where the weakness of the human beings comes in. Of you that you can achieve. You want to remain in your comfort zone. One woman. Why? What happened to the 8? There's 8 more. Who's dealing with them?
Who's tending to them?
Who's tending to them? They are horny everywhere.
Yeah.
Out here pissed off in society.
Yeah.
Why? They are not getting shtick.
The stinger.
The stinger is not available. You're there rubbing your own stinger, nearly stinging yourself. Oh man, you know what would be the funniest bit? If you actually ever saw a bee sting itself. But you get what I mean? Yeah, but then on to the next one, the unhealthy competition. I feel like that's a Western thing. But in modern society it applies to us.
It
Okay.
depends on how the man conducts himself. You know.
Because unhealthy competition will also come in if you do not satisfy each one. Are you able to? Oh man.
And also an healthy competition between themselves.
Yeah.
Trying to match up, you know. And
To the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's good for you.
Yeah, but it could, you know, be detrimental for the whole structure.
No, that's
Like harmony is it's healthy, but then when it goes past a certain
that's where
point,
you as the silverback bring everything in line.
yeah, because it fucks up the harmony.
Okay?
Yeah.
You get all 4 of them. Everybody assumes the position and everybody gets stung. And everybody goes back to their house. You tell them, I do not want to hear a peep. That man saying what he's saying.
Yeah.
But some of the benefits of polygamy: more companionship, higher income, and ongoing sexual variety are often cited as advantages of polygamous or polyamorous relationships. The definitions of polygamy can vary and include polyandry and polygyny. What is polygyny?
Oh man, I know about it, but it's a how.
Polyandry is a common option for women who are open to polygamy, just as polygyny is for men. What is polygyny?
Who's searching?
What is polygyny? This sounds so wrong, man. What is polygyny?
Is it like sharing, like you're sharing a woman with another man, while also, I don't know.
Okay, polygyny is a man has more than one wife, a pattern of mating in which a male has more than one female mate. So it's basically threesomes, orgies.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
It's in numbers.
Numbers. The numbers. Yeah. We out here, we're getting educated when we educate you, man. So polygyny, man, if you're out here, if you wanna seem nuanced, if you wanna seem like you're sitting on that couch, go tell your girlfriend, look, you wanna try some polygyny. Yeah, she won't. And now you have to explain it to her, like, you know, Yeah. And now you look like a scholar.
The more.
The more.
The merrier.
Oh, God damn. You know, have you ever seen that joke when Joseph baked a fresh pie? Then Mary came home and asked, "What is this, Joseph?" Joseph went like, "It's a pie.
I made it.
I made it
How?
with the oven. But we don't have an oven, Joseph."
I believe.
God help me. You see how that sounds, Mary? You see how that sounds? You know what I mean? But yeah, companionship, higher income, and ongoing sexual variety are some of the benefits. Because who doesn't want more than one woman, my guy? Every man in this world wants 4 or 5.
Or more.
Or more.
Yeah.
I mean, light skin, Msudi, Msomali. If it were me, I'd have 47 plus. I'd even go to Uganda and try as many tribes as possible. You see, I just want to move across Africa, spreading the genetic makeup of Kamlesh.
Spreading the love.
Wait, Kamlesh in Mali, Kamlesh in Equatorial Guinea, Kamlesh in Ghana, Kamlesh in Tanzania, Kamlesh in Rwanda, Zimbabwe, everywhere Kamleshes. And you see how Keith has been saying we need more Kamleshes.
Shouts out
In-
to Diamond. Platinum.
Nick Cannon.
Nick, shouts out to Nick. Yeah.
Future.
Shouts out to NBA young boy with 24 baby mamas.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Isn't he 17?
Yeah,
Think 20.
1920.
20.
NBA young boy has more baby mamas than his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Shouts out.
But let me ask this. Is that man on drugs or something? Does he use drugs?
I don't know, man. We don't have to get his fans over here.
Because that's the thing. If your man doesn't drink or smoke or stay out late, his drug is women.
Yeah.
Kinembe. Oh,
As we're winding up. though.
as we're winding up,
Winding
as we're winding up,
Yeah.
I want to get your closing remarks, and then we can go through the comments as they come in. Because trust, they are coming in. People are out here, triggered.
Yeah, shouts out. Someone is the comments, man.
People are triggered. Kid says you will never. HR is saying he's committed to his woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's honorable thing to be faithful to the woman in your life, and it shows levels, 100% of maturity. What's wrong with being committed to multiple women? Why just one? Kid, why limit a man to just faithful to one woman? I can be faithful to 4. What does faithful
Well, as
mean?
long as you're honest.
No, I want to know what he means by faithful.
You're going to have to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you mean by faithful,
Yeah,
kid?
yeah.
Because that sounds like some Christian Jesus ship to me, faithful. Kid, do not bring Christian narratives to this topic. Jibba says, same, kid, I agree, I commit and make it work. Okay, Western people, that's not true, Kamlesh. The woman's sex drive goes up with her age. No, until they're 30 something. When they're 50, they just want young boys. As he said, Kevos at 18. The sex drive goes up, and it's the man's sex drive that goes down with our age. That's why we meet in the middle when it comes to age. Yeah, because Kit was saying, man, nowadays, he just likes himself. He does not like that. You're messed up. He likes spending time with himself. He doesn't need.
They might need some extra help.
Oh.
No, I'm not talking now. I'm saying, as men, as we get older, we might need
Some extra help.
Yeah.
Like
But then you'll find a
50-year-old.
48-year-old cougar
But let me tell you why.
ready to go.
Wait, let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Women do nothing in sex. They just assume positions.
Hey, I don't know about you.
No, they just assume positions.
I don't know about you.
You get? What's she doing?
I don't know
Working her
about
waist?
you.
Okay? That's easy. Yo, do this. Try this experiment, people. Go to your woman, put her on the bed,
Ask her to pump it.
and tell her to start pumping. let's see how long she lasts. Just
That's true though. That's
see how long she lasts. Okay, because basically,
same intensity,
yeah, same intensity,
same emotion.
exactly.
Yeah.
I deliver it like this for 40 minutes straight. Let's see how long you can last. Yeah, because basically, even riding, they can. You know, she'll be like 10 minutes in, I'm tired, my knees. What? Nah, man. Jerry Carroll goes on to say, Kamlesh, it's not just sexual satisfaction, it's the whole 360. Financial provision, emotional availability, and being a present partner. Only weak men can provide those, man. And that's something I feel like we need more women in this generation that are as nuanced as Jerry. Because I feel like this one can actually help a man become a man.
Shouts out to shout out.
Okay, shout out to Jerry Carroll. Okay, shout out to you, because this women make boys out of men. Okay, but if you get the wrong one, you'll be a boy forever. Okay, and she goes on to say, do your research, Kamlesh. Keep that school. Hey yo, we do not accept that here. Where's my bell? School is over.
Recess.
Keith also goes on to say, exactly 100%. HR, they are higher sexual animals, not us men.
Yeah, that's true.
But we do the work.
Until a certain.
Yo, if you've been doing this work for about 20 years, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired,
The same
people?
could be said for them.
What work? Receiving.
You need some extra help right there.
You see,
Yeah.
get on top. Take me home. Okay, finish this race. Demore is in the building.
Shouts out to Demore.
Mr. Zoza Radio.
Praise Jesus, praise
Okay,
Jesus.
Praise Jesus, Demore. Praise Jesus. He says he's locked. Knock on a notebook. Yeah, and then Jibba Jabba goes on to say, shit. Shit. I'm an older lady connoisseur. Before I committed to mine, some are like acrobats. Get the right one. Dang.
You know me? Jibba Jabba knows what's up. He knows what's up.
And Keith, man, what I do today? Keith is out here guns blazing. Keith just called me a 5-minute man.
Ah, man.
Dang.
That's
Keith
what
goes
he's
like,
giving. That's what he's giving.
Keith goes like, LOL, Kamlesh knows damn well here 5-minute man. I ain't saying nothing.
You were just chilling.
I'm speaking for men, not Kamlesh, okay? I was just chilling, man. You know,
Man. Shit.
Yo, look.
It's up,
It's up, man, because
It's
Jibba Jabba done took up
Yeah.
Keith's sword. No,
Yeah.
not like that.
Yeah.
He says 1, 2, 3 strokes and you're out, Kamlesh. No, I don't.
Man.
Yo,
Dang.
send me somebody, then you can get references. Yeah, start sending me women and ask them how was Kamlesh? Yeah. You're going, 3 strokes and I'm out, by the way. I have shit to do.
Moving on.
Moving on. No, listen. Only poor men stay for an hour having sex. Rich men have shit to do.
Shit to do.
I'm just trying to nut and go. So, nut and go.
I have a business meeting.
Man.
You know,
Actually, let's do this in the office.
I have a 2 o'clock.
She pulls up, you're like, I'm not coming home. Pull up to the office. Let's do this. I have 3 minutes to my next meeting. So 3 strokes. Yeah, and we're done. But Kid says talking about 40 minutes. LOL. Yeah. But anyway, we'd like to know, and you can continue commenting on this, share this topic with everybody, because this has been this has been one of the most interesting topics we've discussed lately.
Yeah.
From the comments, because the participation.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the way people have come out guns blazing for me. I don't.
Yeah, you were just chilling, man.
Did I say some truth that you didn't want me to say? Is that why you got guns out? Dang.
They're projecting.
They are projecting. I just put it
You ain't
out there.
saying nothing.
I just
Yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
It's you who was triggered.
Yeah.
Yo, but what are your final remarks on this?
Closing remarks, I say it is very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
but if done the right way, it is viable.
Mm-hmm.
When all factors considered,
Mm-hmm.
including the right partner,
Mm-hmm.
stroke partners for men.
Mm-hmm.
And for the women, if they find the right men, stroke co-wives,
Mhm.
you feel me?
Mhm.
So I feel like if it's done in a healthy, intentional way,
Yeah.
it's very viable,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. If it's for you, go for it, you feel me? Yeah.
If it's up,
It's up,
make her put it down.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's share love.
Mm.
Yeah.
All the love. My man is ready to share.
It's like the 60s, summer of love, people.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, let's share love.
Yeah, let's
Uh-huh.
share love.
That's it.
Um,
Where can people get your work? Where can people reach you?
Hezeki, that's my Instagram name.
Okay.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same handle everywhere.
Same.
Yeah, from on all social media handles, check him out, Hezeki. Very chilled human being with some very nuanced topics. You should catch him off air. He talks way more, says way more nuanced things.
Yeah.
But Jibba Jabba says you're a trip, brother. Good stuff. Good stuff. We love the interactions. We love being here. And my final remarks are: first of all, before I do that, I want to ask you all a question. Everybody on these comments, if you were given the option between polygamy and monogamy, we take out the negatives. What would you choose? Because we are capable of taking out the negatives.
Starting off with Mr. Blackwood Fire.
Mr. Blackwood Fine. Okay.
What's up? What's up?
If
What's good?
if
Yeah.
you're able to, would you?
All factors considered.
But in modern society,
Yeah.
polygamy is viable if done right.
Yeah, if done right.
If done right.
Yeah.
If done wrong, we might come to your funeral.
You feel me?
Yeah, because you never know when a woman's planning to kill you.
Chomona Majimoto.
God damn.
Poison in the food.
God damn.
You know.
And now tunakula rice wako.
Yes.
And she's looking sexy. Looking at Kamlesh like and I'm there like and you're not even in the ground yet.
Ah, man.
But anyway, man, it's been amazing. This has been the Black Kings Frequency, brought to you by the one and only Kamlesh.
HR, the messenger.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And don't forget, we have way more shows coming up. Amazing, amazing shows. All day, every day. No, 6 days a week.
6 days a week.
6 days a week. From morning till 11 p.m. Basically the whole day. We're here giving you amazing content, amazing topics, amazing conversations, amazing music,
Yeah.
and amazing guests.
You feel me?
To the Black Kings out there, stay polygamous.
Stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.